So listen, every real estate agent knows they should be using social media because there's a massive opportunity in it to get new deals and new clients. But the reality is that most realtors are not using social media because in their mind it feels uncomfortable. They have that fear of being judged by people and they don't really know what they should be posting in the first place to get new real estate clients properly. And I know this because I've helped hundreds and hundreds of real estate agents build their personal brands online successfully one-on-one over the last half a decade in order to generate real listing clients. So what I want to do in today's video is to help you get to a place where you're using social media in a way that actually feels fun. Because you're building new connections, you're building new relationships, you're helping people, and you're getting new real estate deals because of that. So look, if you want to operate your real estate business in a way where you can make a lot of commissions, you have a lot of time freedom, whenever you want to take your family on a trip, you can do so, or even just in general, enjoy your work days and stop worrying about where your next deal is going to come from, social media is a tool that can help you get there. There's zero doubt about it. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that social media is a social platform. So the content you put out there needs to be created by you, or it simply won't work otherwise because of that reason. It won't do you any good unless you are in the content yourself. It's a complete waste of time. You shouldn't really do it unless you are in the content yourself. Because so many realtors out there are not comfortable posting their own content. They don't know how, they don't feel comfortable with that, and because of that reason, they fall for these subscription tools that promise them ready-made content that they can just post automatically with a click of a button. And that sounds good, but you go look at agents' social media profiles and all you see is the same content from a few of these platforms on every agent's profile. Nobody's really engaging with it, nobody's really liking the posts, they're really getting no actual listing clients even from it, and the worst part is that people that follow them start thinking them as spammers. So social media is an incredibly powerful tool that allows you to literally get in front of thousands upon thousands of potential buyers and sellers, looking at you, consuming what you have to say, building a relationship with you. But the thing is, it needs to be done in a way that where people are looking at you, they need to be able to connect with your tone of voice, your message, your values, and you need to be the one that creates that content. Because of that reason, there is no other way to make it actually work and generate you clients. So how do you then go about doing that? Well, you know how you think about starting to use social media so you can get more clients? So you come to a point where your mind feels completely blank. You feel this kind of invisible resistance field in your mind to doing it, and then you avoid doing it. So you do something else, right? So this is what most real estate agents do for years and years. They know they should be doing social media, but they're in this loop for years and years, which, to be frank, it can be very difficult to break from and envision yourself in that situation where you have thousands of local people seeing you, respecting you, trusting you with their houses, with their buyer transactions, and just reaching out to you every single month instead of you reaching out to them. This can be a very, very difficult thing to envision in your mind until you have done it. And if you don't know exactly what to do, right? What to do one step at a time, how to create the videos like this, how to create social media posts. If you don't know how to do it and you haven't yet done it, it can be very difficult to envision yourself to that place. It has this incredible potential, but yet in many cases, even if you had the exact instructions, you had a paper in front of you, this is what you need to do, you still wouldn't do it, and you'd find all the excuses to delay it. You tell yourself, I'm going to do it later, I'm going to do it next week and next week and next week. I'm busy right now, I have a lot of clients, I have to do this and that. And you might start coming up with these excuses because you're not tech savvy, you're not this and that. So you kind of start becoming this person just creating these all excuses and just not seeing yourself there. So the reason why this happened is because there's a set of psychological mechanisms that are running in our subconscious mind when it comes down to using social media. They have nothing to do with you not being tech savvy, with you being old, with you not liking social media. There are all these kind of unbreakable walls at the back of our heads that are just stopping you from doing it subconsciously that then create these different thoughts. And most people, they don't even know that these things exist in the first place, right? They just react to their emotions, react to their feelings that they're getting. So what I want to do in this video with you is I want to explore with you these things, show you behind that curtain so that you're able to identify them, so that this way your mind no longer plays these tricks on you and you're able to break the chains and create that situation for yourself. So the first kind of like invisible barrier is going to be fear of social evaluation. All of us have deeply ingrained belief of being negatively evaluated or judged by other people. So imagine you're at a talent show and you're about to perform a magic trick. You're worried that if the trick goes wrong, your friends might laugh at you or think less of you. That's kind of how people usually feel like when they're about to post on social media for the first couple times. They're worried that people may not like their post or people may think badly of them, because social media does create that situation for you where you have a lot of people seeing you and a lot of people kind of like judging you based on your post. It's a very public platform, of course, and that's the whole point of it, for you to share parts of your lives, parts of your thoughts, and this comes with the risk of negative evaluation. So the natural response for that is to feel a little bit of anxiety around it. So the key thing to understand about this is that your mind plays tricks on you. Essentially what's going to happen is that when you create your content for the first couple times and you're about to post it, you're going to start getting these thoughts like, what are my friends going to think of me? What is my family going to think of me? What are these other realtors going to think of this post, right? And it really focuses down on the negative aspects. It's really start thinking about all these sort of like negative outcomes, potential negative things that could happen. After you do it for a first couple times, it feels like you woke up from an illusion. As you get positive feedback, people like your posts, people leave little hearts, little comments. These things strengthen your confidence. You start to feel like that, oh man, like I create this content and people actually enjoy it, they consume it, they find value in it. And soon what's going to happen is that you'll start to actually want to do more content because you get that positive feedback. Especially when you get your first client and now you created this post, now you got say $10,000, $20,000 out of making that post for free on social media. It's going to give you that affirmation and big positive validation for the things that you're doing, which is a great thing because it helps you be consistent and confident with your posts. So that's the key to realize about that bias. Your mind plays these tricks on you. Really, when you look at the positive aspects of it, that's really where you want to be focusing down on. Now, the second invisible wall you experience will be the fear of social comparison. They're very, very social creatures and we care a lot about our status. So when you look at social media, you're putting yourself, your character, your personality, and lifestyle on display. There's always going to be that subconscious fear of not measuring up to other people or meeting the standards you have for yourself. And you need to remember that people often present an idealized version of their lives on social media. You're comparing yourself to other people's highlights, curated online personalities, which can make you doubt yourself and feel even bad about yourself. So realize that whenever you go on social media and you look at that feed, you are looking at polished versions of people's lives on social media. Everybody is just a human being at the end of the day, just like you are. And a really easy way to break out of this is to just stop consuming as much social media content. Most people spend 100% of their time consuming social media content and 0% time actually creating the content themselves and posting it. So instead, spend 90% of your time creating the content and only 10% of your time consuming the content so you can model it. Realize that the content you put out, the posts you put out, don't have to be perfect at the start. In fact, it's better for them to be not perfect because people can relate to you a lot better. And in the beginning, you won't even know really what perfect looks like. You may have this idea that this is what it looks like, but it really isn't that because you still don't have the context to understand the nuances of what the homeowners respond to and not respond to. So learning social media is a process, and in the beginning, it's okay to not be great at it, not be perfect at it. And really without failure, there can't be any progress. Anytime you create content, it's going to create a reference experience for you to learn. Now create another content piece and really make it better and better over time. Now, the third invisible wall holding you back right now is imposter syndrome. This refers to an internal belief that you're not competent. There's realtors out there that has been selling a lot of houses. They made millions of dollars. They've been in the business for 10, 20, 30 years longer than you, right? So what do you have to say on the topic? This is a feeling that a lot of people have at the back of their minds, and they have a fear that others will realize this supposed inadequacy. Now, with anything in life, there's always going to be someone who's smarter than you, richer than you, knows more about the topic than you, lives a better life than you, and there's no benefit in comparing yourself to that. Sure, you can use it as an inspiration to become more knowledgeable, make more money, sell more houses, become a better realtor, and even at some point in time, surpass the people you're looking up to. But don't let this thing hold yourself back. When you're posting on social media as a real estate agent, you are not posting for other realtors. You are not posting to appear better than other realtors. You're posting to help and advise regular local homeowners. So those are the three main things I see holding realtors back from using social media. And when you understand them and you spot these things happening in your own mind, you will be able to unhook yourself from these traps. Now, you also need to know what exactly you need to do on a practical level. Now you have the right mindset, you also need the practical steps. The easiest way to get started is to dip your feet in the water with your personal profile on Facebook, because a lot of people already have a Facebook profile, they already have friends there, they already have a platform to post on. Now, here's one post you can do right now. Start out the post by saying, this is the most common question people who are thinking of moving this year ask me. And then think about the most common real estate question a lot of local people have asked you recently, something that's really on people's mind right now, things people think of about when things comes down to buying or selling in the current market. And then go on to explain your answer in your post exactly the same way as you would in real life. Let's say, imagine you have a conversation, you guys have a barbecue party, a homeowner comes up to you and they're asking you a question, then just answer it in the same way as you would in that real life scenario. And then just make a post out of it. Now, if you want more post ideas on exactly what to do, all you need to do is just watch this video next. So click on this little button, you'll be able to see that for free. It's gonna show you the practical steps, practical ideas as far as what you need to post on your social media.